Hello everybody. So a while back, we had like a party thing that we brought a bunch of sour cream to, and my parents were like, "Hey, Caleb, you like sour cream? You should eat all of the sour cream." And I was like, "Yeah, will do, no problem." And I thought I was doing a good number on it, because, you know, I got rid of one tub of sour cream. And then I realized that in our fridge, we had this! So it's another tub of sour cream. So today we're going to be making biscuits. Now I know what you're thinking. You're going to say to me, "But Caleb, what do biscuits have to do with sour cream?" And I say, biscuits have got everything to do with sour cream. That's what they are. So we're going to take an anonymous white powder that is constructed mostly of wheat, and throw some of that in there. Just a small hint of a different white substance. This one is made from a bamboo-like plant. We're going to add just a bit of a different white substance. This one comes out of the ground. And then we're going to add just a bit of a white powder that I'm actually going to identify by having in the picture, but actually I don't know where baking powder comes from. Give me a moment. Where does baking powder come from? Okay, so it says here that it's basically sodium bicarbonate with some sort of powdered acid. Okay. So we're looking up sodium bicarbonate. So apparently it's a salt that comes from a metal called nahalite or natron. It's found in many natural hot springs. Cool, more you know. So once we have added the now thoroughly identified white powder that comes from the ground and or hot springs, we then get to add, actually we should mix this a bit first. Going to mix that a bit first, and then we're going to add an unidentified white substance that comes from a cow and then is reacted with some bacteria. And we're going to add, you know, couple good dollops of that stuff, and then we mix like our lives depend on it. So when it looks like some nightmarish version of popcorn, then it's probably about the right consistency, and that's when you start getting your hand involved and just seeing if you can get it to like stick together a wee bit. If you can, fantastic. That means you've got the right amount of moisture in there, which it looks like I do, so I just need to be a little careful with this. But if it's not sticking together, then you can add just a little bit of water or some other form of fluid that you think would go good with your biscuits. You know, ranch, maybe, I don't know. And the idea is just to have it kind of sort of be the right sort of consistency so that you can make some nice biscuits out of it. So we're just gonna, you don't really need to knead it like bread, because there's no yeast that we're activating. I'm only kneading it here because there's still a little bit of floury bits that need to get mixed in, and I kind of want it to be as cohesive as possible. But I will mention that the less you mix it, the more light and fluffy your biscuits will be. Since I don't really care whether or not my biscuits are super light and fluffy, I more care about the flavor of them, then, you know, I'm okay with mixing them a little bit more than you really should, just to make sure that they're the consistency that I want. And so then you've got this nice little dough ball, which you then take, move your bowl out of the way, place your pan in the way, and you can just like blob it down on there and spread it out. Oh wait, are we not just making one biscuit? Hold up. Since we're going to be wanting to make more than one biscuit, we're going to go ahead and fold this up, set it out of the way for just a moment. We're going to put some flour on this first. Just like so. And that's just so that the biscuit doesn't stick to the pan, so that you can kind of smush it out and then still like rearrange it into individual biscuits, because like that's kind of important. You grab yourself a rolling pin, and you just, you know, make this biscuit dough stuff as flat as you can without getting too much of it stuck to the rolling pin, because, you know, you want biscuits, not a rolling pin in a blanket. Could be fun though. Oh, also, you know, don't knock your camera over with the rolling pin. That also could be bad. Could be fun though. Could be. Could also be bad. So once you get it all spread out like this, there's actually more than one way you can do this. You could do it like the traditional method and like cut circles out of it, but that, in my opinion, takes too long. So we're going to take a plastic spatula and just like sort of chop these into bits. Now the reason why I'm using a plastic spatula is because if I used a metal knife, my mom would kill me, because this is her pan, not my pan. If it was my pan, then, you know, I would try and get a pan that doesn't matter if you use metal on it, but, you know, hey, whatever. You use what you got, right? Or in this case, you use what your mother's got. That sort of thing. So you cut it into strips, and then you can just chunk them into like little square biscuits, you know? Because square biscuits are fun too. And then you have a whole bunch of square biscuits all lined up on your tray, ready to go in the oven. I did have a bunch of extras that are going to be in the bowl here. I'll put them in a second batch. So we then take our tray and we stick it down in the oven. Just like so. The oven is going to be at about 375 to 425 depending on the temperature of your oven, and we're going to leave it in there for about 12 minutes. Now most people have some sort of timer so that they can tell when, you know, 12 minutes is up, but you know, I'm not sure where mine is, so I'm just going to have to sit here and count to 12 minutes. So 12 minutes, that's 12 times 60, 12 times 60, 12 times 60, 12 times 60 would be 60 plus, not 60, 600 plus 2 additional 60s, so it'd be 72. 100. 720? 720! That's my conclusion. If my math is totally wrong, it's because I'm doing it on YouTube, and you never do math while you're being recorded. Anyway, so I just have to count up to 720 Mississippis. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi, 15 Mississippi, 16 Mississippi, 17 Mississippi, 18 Mississippi, 19 Mississippi, 20 Mississippi, 21 Mississippi, 22 Mississippi, 23 Mississippi, 24 Mississippi, 25 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 27 Mississippi, 28 Mississippi, 29 Mississippi, 30 Mississippi, 31 Mississippi, 32 Mississippi, 33 Mississippi, 34 Mississippi, 35 Mississippi, 36 Mississippi, 37 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 39 Mississippi, 40 Mississippi, 41 Mississippi, 42 Mississippi, 43 Mississippi, 44 Mississippi, 45 Mississippi, 46 Mississippi, 47 Mississippi, 48 Mississippi, 49 Mississippi, 50 Mississippi, 51 Mississippi, 52 Mississippi, 53 Mississippi, 54 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 56 Mississippi, 57 Mississippi, 58 Mississippi, 59 Mississippi, 60 Mississippi, 61 Mississippi, 62 Mississippi, 63 Mississippi, 64 Mississippi, 65 Mississippi, 66 Mississippi, 67 Mississippi, 68 Mississippi, 69 Mississippi, 70 Mississippi, 71 Mississippi, 72 Mississippi. Only 10% of the way done. Man, this is taking forever. 73 Mississippi, 74 Mississippi, 75 Mississippi, 76 Mississippi, 77 Mississippi, 78 Mississippi, 79 Mississippi, 80 Mississippi, 81 Mississippi, 82 Mississippi, 83 Mississippi, 84 Mississippi, 85 Mississippi, 86 Mississippi, 87 Mississippi, 88 Mississippi, 89 Mississippi, 30 Mississippi, 31 Mississippi, 32 Mississippi, 33. I got messed up somewhere. It's not 30s. We're in the 90s or the 100s. Or something. Now, the biscuits will never be cooked for the right time. 720 12 Mississippi, 713 Mississippi. Wait, what's that? That's a timer! Oh no. I think they're done. So we're gonna go ahead and try and grab these out without totally burning myself. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna go ahead and whoa, that's loud. And oh crap, I need something to sit that down on. Just like so. Poof. So normally I'd recommend letting these wait for just a moment before we start pulling them off and putting them on a plate. But we have another batch that needs to go in, so we are going to just be moving these as quickly as we can onto the other plate so that we can then put the ones on from the other set that we can then stick in the oven. The good news is since we found the timer there that went off, you know, just randomly, fortuitously for us, but we don't have to sit there and count for a bunch of Mississippis. It'll be great. Reloading the pan as quickly as we can. And back into the oven. Just like so. Timer set. We're waiting for those other ones to cook. We can taste the previous batch. Those are some dang good biscuits. So if we go back to the question of why sour cream, the reason why we do sour cream is because it makes it so that they can get really crispy but also be like really soft and chewy on the inside. So it's like the right combination of just like crunchy, like crisp, not crunchy but like crisp biscuity, but also like soft and chewy on the inside. Not like doughy, just like soft and chewy. Like if you get those wrong, then it becomes crunchy and doughy, but it's crispy and soft and chewy, and it's different than doughy. It's not doughy and it's not crunchy, and it is fantastic. It also adds a nice flavor. I should warn you though, you should only use this recipe if you want to eat the biscuits plain, because these biscuits actually taste better by themselves than they do with butter or with jam, which is just fantastic. But like, you put butter on it, ruins it. Put jam on it, ruins it. Haven't tried gravy yet, but they're just so good. Why would you want to? And this batch is done. So, for those of you who don't have a timer, if you don't want to sit there and count, you know, 12 Mississippis, 12 minutes in Mississippis, you can count it in thousands instead. Or what you can do is you can just find a video on YouTube that's, you know, 12 minutes long and just watch that while you're waiting, and then as soon as the video is done, your biscuits are done. It's a good plan. I just want to say thank you all for watching. That's how I make biscuits. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.